Hello viewers, this is Shankar's Medical Academy. Welcome to the NEET program. So today we are discussing in chemistry part equivalent weight concept. This is one of the important concept for solving mole concept problems without balanced equation. See, so many applications are there. Here this one is required, that one more practice is required, that one. If you know that practice is there, you can solve many problems very simple way. That means without balanced equation, you can solve the questions. But here you require that one basics are important regarding this concept. First of all, what is the meaning of equivalent weight? Equivalent weight means that is the weight of the substance that combining with 1 gram of hydrogen. So for example, here weight of the any substance that is combining with 1 gram of hydrogen or 35.5 grams of chlorine or that is 8 grams of oxygen. That weight of that element is called equivalent weight. See once again, what weight of the element that combining with 1 gram of hydrogen or 35.5 grams of chlorine or 8 grams of oxygen, that is called equivalent weight of the element. See, for calculation of equivalent weight, different concepts are there. So right now we are going to calculation of equivalent weights. Calculation of equivalent weights. Equivalent weights. Here different kind of concepts are there for calculation of equivalent weights or different kind of chemical species. For example, here how to calculate the equivalent weight of element in any given compound. Suppose you take that one, you have to calculate the equivalent weight of element. Equivalent weight of element, that is equal to atomic weight upon valency factor or n factor. Valency factor or n factor. So question is giving, calculate the equivalent weight of phosphorus. This is underlined phosphorus. How to calculate the equivalent weight of phosphorus? So equivalent weight of phosphorus is equal to its atomic weight, that is phosphorus atomic weight 31 upon, so valency factor means what is the valency of phosphorus in pH 3? The valency of phosphorus is 3. 31 upon 3, this is equivalent weight of phosphorus. See here, suppose you take that one aluminium hydride. What is the equivalent weight of aluminium? Equivalent weight of aluminium equal to atomic weight of aluminium means that one is 27, valency factor or n factor that is 3. So that is 27 upon 3. This is the calculation of equivalent weight of element. Second condition, you can say that one, how to calculate the equivalent weight of for ions. Formula, equivalent weight of ion, that is equal to ionic weight upon valency factor. V factor means valency factor. So let us consider here carbonate ion. So how to calculate the equivalent weight of carbonate ion? Equivalent weight of carbonate ion, that is equal to ionic weight of carbonate ion. Carbon atomic weight 12, 3 oxygen, 3 into 16. Each oxygen atomic weight 16. So this is 2 electrons extra. Electron mass is negligible. That is nothing but equal to the molecular mass of CO3. 12 plus 3 into 16. So that is equal to the upon. So n factor means this is charge. Charge is minus 2 is there. No need sign. Just to put that value. So n factor is 2. So here this is equivalent weight of carbonate ion. So like that here we can do equivalent weight of carbonate ion. Similarly, take that one sulfate ion. How can we calculate that one? Equivalent weight of sulfate ion, that is equal to sulfate ion ionic weight, sulfur atomic weight 16, 4 oxygen 4 into 16 upon, so this is n factor is 2. So here like that for ions, how to calculate the equivalent weight? You have to remember this formula, given ionic weight upon valency factor. Suppose here, so wherever that one salts condition, how to calculate the equivalent weight? The equivalent weight of salt. This is third condition, that is equal to molar mass or molecular weight of salt upon total charge on cation or total charge on anion. This is the formula. So let us consider aluminum chloride salt. How to calculate the equivalent weight of aluminum chloride? See, so equivalent weight of AlCl3. So here this one in this condition, first to take molar mass. Aluminum atomic weight is 27. 3 chlorine means 3 into 35.5 upon total charge on cation. So here aluminum chloride means it contains 1 aluminum cation and 3 chloride anion. Aluminum charge equal to 3 plus 3 means you put that one 3. 3 chloride ions means 3 into minus 1, that is equal to minus 3. No need positive sign or negative sign. Valency means without sign you have to write that one. That is very, very important. This is plus 3 charge on cation, minus 3 total charge on anion. Neutral compound, total charge on cation is equal to total charge on anion. So this is calculation of equivalent weight of aluminum chloride salt. So once again see that one, how to calculate the equivalent weight of salt, that is equal to molecular weight upon total charge on cation or total charge on anion. And next that one is equivalent weight regarding to acid or base. How to calculate that one? Okay. Equivalent weight of acid means, that is equal acid or base, that is equal to molecular weight of acid or base upon n factor or valency factor. Okay. So here suppose you are taking that one equivalent weight of hydrochloric acid, that is molar mass, hydrogen is 1, chlorine means 35.5. So this one is n factor. Regarding to acid, n factor or valency factor means number of replaceable hydrogen ions from one molecule of acid. So HCl, that one is giving to H plus plus Cl minus. So n factor, that is equal to 1. So this value equal to 36.5. Right? Similarly, we can do calculation for equivalent weight of sulfuric acid. That is equal to molar mass. Molar mass means 2 into 1 hydrogen. Sulfur is 32. 4 oxygen 4 into 16 upon, so number of hydrogen atoms that is getting from H2SO4 is 2. That is n factor or valency factor for H2SO4, that is equal to 2. So why n factor is 2? Per molecule of H2SO4 producing 2H plus and another one is sulfate anion. Number of replaceable H plus ions, that is equal to 2. So that is n factor or valency factor of H2SO4, that is 2. So once again see that one, regarding to equivalent weight of acid is equal to molecular weight divided by number of replaceable H plus ions. Similarly, we can calculate per basis. Say equivalent weight of base, that is equal to molecular weight upon, so N factor or valency factor, or that one is acidity. So valency factor means here acidity. Acidity means number of replaceable OH minus ions. So let us consider example equivalent weight of sodium hydroxide. This is base. So why sodium hydroxide is base? During ionization of sodium hydroxide giving Na plus and OH minus ion. So one molecule of NaOH, that one is producing one OH minus ion. That is N factor is equal to 1. Valency factor is 1. So molar mass, sodium is 23, oxygen 16, hydrogen is 1 upon N factor or valency factor or acidity, that is 1. This value equal to 40 upon 1, that is 40. So like that here, for calculation of equivalent weights, different kind of formulas are there. Similarly, equivalent weight calculation, so whenever you consider oxidizing agent or reducing agent, formula equivalent weight of oxidizing agent or reducing agent, that is equal to molar mass of the compound or molecular weight of the compound upon number of electrons gained or number of electrons lost. Number of electrons gained or number of electrons lost. This is the formula. So what is the here importance regarding to equivalent weight concept? So here, based on law of chemical equivalence, we can do problems very simple way. For example, here see that one, applications of equivalent weight concept. Right now we say that one, law of chemical equivalence. Law of chemical equivalence. So what is the meaning of law of chemical equivalence? Here, suppose chemical reaction is there. 1 mole A, 2 mole B gives rise to 3 mole C plus 4 mole D. According to this equation, suppose you consider this is balanced equation or given stoichiometric equation. 1 mole A is there, 2 mole B is there. These are reactants. Products are 3 mole C and another one is 4 mole D. So here, according to law of chemical equivalence, what is the relation here? According to law of chemical equivalence, reactants reacted or products are formed in the ratio of, that is chemical equivalence. Suppose here 1 equivalent of A, 1 equivalent of A, that is equal to 1 equivalent of B, that is equal to 1 equivalent of C, that is equal to 1 equivalent of D. For solving problem, you don't need here balanced equation. If you know that one chemical equivalent concept, so based on law of chemical equivalence, without balanced equation, you can solve the problem. Right now, we say that one application of law of chemical equivalence. Suppose problem is giving a metal oxide. Metal oxide contains, that is 48% of oxygen. So what is the equivalent weight of metal? What is the equivalent weight of metal? They are asking like that. So how to calculate the equivalent weight of metal in this problem? See, so how to approach this problem? Metal oxide means it is containing metal and oxygen. We don't need here balanced equation. So let us consider metal is M, oxygen means O2. We don't know how many moles. Product is metal oxide. It may be we are getting metal oxide is MO taken X times. So here we have to calculate the equivalent weight of metal. So that means oxygen percentage is given. So what is the given data? Oxygen percentage, this one is 48% is given. So compound is metal oxide, means it contains only metal and oxygen. Whenever oxygen percentage is given, indirectly we are calculating metal percentage. How we are calculating metal percentage? 100 minus 48. This is equal to 52%. So according to equivalent weight concept, that means number of equivalents of metal, that is equal to number of equivalents of oxygen. Number of equivalents of metal, that is equal to number of equivalents of oxygen, right? See, so number of equivalents of metal, that is equal to number of equivalents of oxygen. That is the formula. We don't need any balanced equation. How to calculate the number of equivalents? Weight divided by equivalent weight. This is regarding to metal, that is metal. Number of equivalents of oxygen, how we are calculating? The weight of oxygen upon equivalent weight of oxygen. This one is required. So this formula is required here for calculation of equivalent weight of metal. Suppose here weight, that is weight of metal is, suppose how much is there? 52. Equivalent weight of metal we don't know. Equivalent weight of metal we don't know. This is M for metal. So regarding to weight of oxygen, how much they are giving? 48. But the equivalent weight of oxygen is, that one is 8. The equivalent weight of oxygen means that is 8. By using this formula, we have to calculate the equivalent weight of metal. See, 8 6 ja 48. Okay. So that means what you are getting? So this is 52 upon equivalent weight of metal, that is equal to, this one is we are getting, that one is 6. This value is 6 regarding to oxygen. So here equivalent weight of metal is equal to, so what you are getting? Equivalent weight of metal, that is equal to 52 upon 6. So this is the answer. So here based on equivalent weight of concept, without knowing the balanced equation, we can solve any type of problem in stoichiometry concept. Sir.